Hi, this is Nikken Showcase by Independent Consultants with Nikken, and my name's Randy Rolfe, and I'm going to go through a PowerPoint to give you a good overview of Nikken. And the real thing is feeling the products and going over the way that this can really change your life. So get back with the person who recommended this webinar, but I hope you'll enjoy our next 30 minutes, and we'll share some stories and share some points about Nikken. So I'm going to share the screen right now and get up to my slideshow. So Nikken is a better way to a life in balance, and it's been around for over 40 years. I discovered it 20 years ago. It's an amazing addition to whatever you're doing in your life to balance your health. And it's helped so many people get balance when they've lost it and or didn't even know they'd lost it. But true health is all about balance. And you see the little 3 circles there: people, planet, and profit. They belong together, and Nikken really helps you get there. What we really focus on is the daily choices and habits that determine our quality of life. There's a compounding effect. It's not just the addition of those little choices, but they all work together. And that's the real beauty of Nikken. It addresses all different parts of your life. And this graph shows that even just small choices every day can either lead to a life that where you're not achieving your potential, or one that is humans being more, which has been the motto of the company from the beginning. Small choices consistently over time cause a radical difference in your income, your health, your relationships, happiness, and success. It affects them all. So we believe in the Nikken choice for active wellness and collaborative entrepreneurship, and we're going to go into each of those aspects a little more here. First of all, the idea of success is to really get that balance in all 5 pillars of health: healthy body, healthy mind, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. And when I discovered Nikken, it'll be 21 years this month, I had kind of given up the big finances. I had been a lawyer, but decided to stay home with my kids to put family first and healthy mind and healthy body. And the partners I saw in the law firm were giving up all those things. They had plenty of finances, but not the family time and the health to enjoy them. And some of them, the big corporate lawyers, weren't really helping society much either. So I became a family counselor, worked out of home while the kids were growing up, and felt I was really helping society and staying healthy and keeping my family healthy, but the finances were sacrificed. But when I discovered Nikken, it looks at all 5 pillars. So when I was family counseling, I found out that the modern life is filled with stress. And we've worked really hard to have a more natural lifestyle, and I noticed so many families were really hyper stressed. And the main complaint was finances. And even though health is a huge concern for most families, financing good health is a thing too. You know, people would say, well, organic food's too expensive. And I'm like, but don't you want to get rid of the toxins? But finances was at the core of it. And so this is a diagram of the quadrants that Robert Kiyosaki developed for how we earn our living and where our financial stress comes from. And on the left side are all the people that sell their time for money, whether they're employees or self-employed. No money comes in unless you are actually there. So you're not leveraging the efforts of others or leveraging your money because it all depends on you. And 95% of our population are getting their money that way, financing their life that way. And unfortunately, they only control 5% of the wealth. So the way to really get out of that box is to leverage either your time through the work efforts of others or your money. And in the case of McDonald's, which is the most effective franchise ever, and being a business owner, you can earn a pretty steady living, but it may take $1 million or $2 million to get into McDonald's franchising. And I've heard that you may need 2 or 3 different franchises to actually become wealthy, because still you have many, many, many overhead expenses. But many people are looking to business ownership so that they can leverage employees and have a little more money coming in. Then the fourth quadrant is investors, well, where the money is leveraged. You can invest in other people's businesses or stocks or startups or whatever it may be. But 95% of our wealth in North America, really, is controlled by 5% of the population. So it really makes a difference to lower the stresses if you can move from the left side to the right side. And that is happening through the gig economy. And that is where you have temporary or side engagements to earn income, and that would be a home-based business. And really that's what I was doing with my home-based family counseling practice. And because your time is your own, you're working from home, so your cost is very efficient, you have very low overhead, and you don't have a big investment. And millennials are joining the workforce of the gig economy because they realize the corporations aren't going to take care of us anymore. And you can also pick different assignments or try out a few things. There's increased mobility, and you have more control of your time, so there's more work-life balance. But it can take extra time, and that can cause stress as well. The growth of the Uber business and the growth of Amazon show how different it is from just 15 or 20 years ago. The internet has changed everything, and internet businesses like Uber have changed everything. So what we've found is that Nikken gives you the advantage of having a gig that is very easy to get into, low cost of entry, easily to integrate into your lives just after hours, and amazing leadership development program, and a turnkey system like McDonald's. So it really can be the perfect gig. It's a pathway to personal economic stability and even freedom. And we do it collaboratively. We help each other, and we leverage the efforts and time of others by helping them get involved in Nikken as well. And it's a very simple program. Join Nikken, outfit your own wellness home, share and promote it, invite people to join you as customers or partners, as consultants, and Nikken does all the heavy lifting, all those things that a big corporation can do: inventory, research and development, warehousing, operations, sales, and they reward us well for bringing customers and new consultants and distributors to them. The reason that the business plan works so well is the certified Nikken Wellness Home. And this is based on energy medicine from Eastern philosophy, but with Western science added, so that our products duplicate the natural support that nature was designed to give us, or vice versa. We were designed to take advantage of nature, and to incorporate it into our homes, so we don't have to go back and live in the forest or on the mountains, but we can continue our lifestyle but actually support our wellness through the wellness home. And it serves as a cash flow engine, because a wellness home is an ongoing investment in your health, and we can go into that more detail independently. So it's a purpose-driven business model. This is a little circle, a flower, in many ways. To me, it's called your core circle of influence. And you're in the center with your wellness home, building your Nikken entrepreneurship. And you have 5 at least 5 customers that are excited about Nikken building their wellness home, and 3 leaders who have chosen to join you as partners to spread the word about Nikken technologies. So we try to teach 3 to reach 3, and that's how you have exponential growth. You're leveraging the efforts of others, and Nikken pays you a commission on everybody in your organization. And we help each other through the ABC system, which we can go into more detail, and also independently. The support system is absolutely incredible. We have webinars like this almost every day. We just finished a glorious gathering of the field in Orlando. We have one coming up in October in Toronto, where you can really meet everybody who's actively spreading the word and get support through the ABC system, calling, webinars, and so on. So your potential is really like an apple seed, that one seed, you have no idea how many apples can come out of one well-nurtured apple seed. So that's a great model for the future. And here is our business plan as a little cone with you at the top, with your wellness home and your 5 customers and your 3 leaders. And on the left are your leaders as they each find 3. And in the middle of the picture is them with their 5 customers each. So your 3 get 3, so you have 9 distributors there and 45 customers. And that will lead you to having a solid silver ship with at least 500 a month, and so on, as that level attracts another level that will take you to the next level of leadership, and so on, so that you can really make multiple thousands of dollars a year, a month actually, a month. So it's a truly amazing business plan, all from home, easy to get started, less than $99. Well, it is $99 to join, and then just get your own products and a few to share, and you're on your way starting your business. So these are the many ways Nikken pays us: retail profits, which are paid weekly, cash bonuses, trips, lifestyle bonuses, and personal rebates, group overrides, and leadership bonuses. Truly very, very generous compensation plans. One of the, I think it's the best in direct sales. And as a lawyer, I kind of look at that thing. So now I'd like to introduce Hattiejane Daracourt, and she's going to share more about the wellness home, because that is at the core of our whole business of Nikken. So welcome, Hattiejane, and I will be quiet so that your face comes up.
Thank you, Randy, and it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you so very much for asking me. I love the product line, and that's where I am sharing Nikken, because it introduced me to myself. Randy, would you share with folks the next slide for me? I appreciate this, because choices, behavior, and habits. Well, habits I had a lot of. Behavior were coming out of those habits. But choices of what was causing my allergies, unless I took medicine, so I didn't have so much involvement in the symptoms of the allergies, but I couldn't really truly tease it apart, because everything was always covered over by at least eliminating the symptoms, so I could go along and be active in life and do what I need to do. When I found Nikken, suddenly my energy drastically, magically, which really took down my stress. I slept better. The water was absolutely delicious. I wasn't there when I first started, but it came along and really helped my hydration. And the air was the big thing, because as I slept for the first time in my life, I found that I was able to close my mouth. And if anybody's had any chronic nasal issues with allergies or with hay fever or cold, you recognize that when you're laying down, you're not able to close your mouth and sleep with your mouth closed, because your nasal passages are so swollen you can't breathe. And for the first time in my life, laying down on the Nikken product line, the pillow and the chair cushion, I suddenly was aware that my mouth was shut for the first time in my life. And it was so nice to breathe through my nose. That was quite different. So you talk about changing the stress. It has been that way ever since. And it's just wonderful to breathe. It's hard for people to understand who breathe regularly without how nice it is just to be able to take a deep breath. And through your nose even. That's the next slide. So therefore, in the health trends in our children, when we look around at ourselves and as we go for shopping and so forth, we see a lot of white hips. And some is just a happenstance for that particular family, but there are a lot more of us out there that are really carrying more weight than our body structure is healthy to have. And our children repeatedly are becoming whiter and whiter and less active. And then with electronics now, we're all becoming entranced with our electronics and really seeking for communication. So we're becoming less totally physically active. And so the health trend, as your children grow and as they sets them up for a lot of chronic problems as we are experiencing as adults further down the line that was set up when we were younger. Next. And so therefore, we have a lovely motto we thought of is be healthy by choice, not by chance. Because with using the Nikken product line, as I said, for the first time, I could start to tease apart how my body is responding to different elements and did not have to depend on pharmaceuticals, which took care of the symptoms, but then it blunted my perception of what I was responding to. And so it's just a more holistic approach to well-being. It's not a magic bullet because you have to, because you start to feel better, you start to have more energy, you're sleeping better, things are working just nice. They just really are. And it becomes like, this is what life's like. And you don't remember necessarily what you were feeling like. And so all of a sudden you have a holistic way of interrupting your symptomology or dealing with problems. And the stress becomes better. And you're really on your path to active wellness because you're being able to choose. When I went on the nutritional elements of our system, which are organic and based on whole foods, no chemicals whatsoever, and just manufactured, so every capsule and everything has got exactly what the pharmacist says it has. It's not a bit of this or a bit of that. But I went on for the nutritional because on my cognitive function, I was starting to forget things. Couldn't remember passwords or the darned open stuff. And so I went on the nutritionals because I've been doing everything else with our total package. So probably there was something in my body that I was not feeding it properly. And yes, now I can remember passwords. Now I don't get as anxious when it does. I am thinking better. I am thinking clear because of nutrition. Plus, within 3 weeks, I could walk into the Safeway and the cookies didn't reach out and give me a hug. And the ice cream didn't grab me. And I could stand next to the candy bars and I really and truly just could look at the names on them. I wasn't all of a sudden had to have one. Now, that's a very different choice in my life, and that allowed me to have a choice because my nutritional balance was so much better. And the skincare, I'm really going to get into now and really enjoy. But the thing was, with my cognitive improvement, with using the nutritionals of the Vital Balance and the weight management, I've been up and down over the years with weight for centuries, it seems like. But folks really noticed and didn't recognize me because I had managed to leave behind 100 pounds. And this time I'm going on, so I can I'm now back into a 16, which I hadn't seen since high school, and I'm now 76. And so now I'm going and see what it looks like for when I was much, much smaller. I haven't seen a single size dress in ages. So it's going to be fun doing it for weight management. And I'm enjoying the cognitive improvements as well. And the water is just, it tastes so sweet and it absorbs so well. And when I use the shower system, that also has our water filtration in it. My skin feels so smooth. Oh, it does, and everything just works out wonderfully well. Then the seat cushion, the insoles, the sleep accent, that then reinforces my magnetic field throughout the day and throughout the night. And it's at night when we rest, that deep, deep sleep in which our body goes down to a total relaxation, so that our enzymes and our hormones can actually get out there to play, and we repair and we heal. And I can be a lot of discomfort during the day, perhaps, and I go to sleep and I wake up and I don't feel the discomfort. And it's just marvelous. So that's why it's worth it to live in a Nikken wellness home, because the Earth's magnetic field in its own geographic reality is actually weakening. We have been for some time interrupting our exposure to our natural magnetic field of the Earth by our concrete and our electrical activities, and then we'll just get more and more of it. So our bodies functioning so forth seems to say, oh, good, you got back some of the stuff I need. So I really look into us and see if there's something you want to try and see if it makes a difference in how you feel or how you're functioning, what's good for you, and come join us. You meet the most wonderful people. Thank you, Randy.
Thanks so much, Hattiejane. I love hearing your story. And our special guest, Carolyn, is tied up. So we're just going to share our stories. Those people who are here, I want to say that for me, let's just have everybody here. There we go. I fell in love with Nikken because of what you described, that it was putting us back in a healthy energy environment. When I was a young lawyer, I helped some farmers and Native Americans in upstate New York fight the New York State Power Company that was putting an ultra high voltage electric transmission line across their property, and they didn't want to live near it because they had seen that a similar line up in Canada had increased cancer rates and had caused problems for the dairy farmers that lived nearby. They had two-headed calves and more infertility in their cows, and plants. It affected the farmers' crops. I even saw a picture of a dandelion with someone's hand by it. It was 14 inches across. Obviously, there was genetic damage to the dandelion, and if you can mess up a dandelion, you can mess up a cow, a person, a baby. And so when I heard that this fellow over in Japan had figured out with some bioenergy engineers how to create magnetic insoles so that we would always have that extra magnetic energy, even when we're in a house covered with, like you said, concrete and electric, that it would make a difference. And Nikken had become the fastest growing company in the history of Japan just with that one product. And then they added a sleep pad in the Japanese futon style, which we now call a mattress topper, and it's in its 4th generation. We call it Nature Rest because it's all natural material and breathes. It's made of sustainably grown latex and has magnetics throughout it. So my husband and I had no complaints. We had been watching our nutrition for 20 years already, and but we had always done stuff that we thought would prevent chronic illness and slow down the aging process. And so when I heard about Nikken with these unique technologies and was absolutely excited about it, I was also looking for a way to earn more money. So it was a perfect answer. When my kids were grown, I was selling my time for money, as I said, being a family counselor, and I'd written some books, but I never got to meet the readers. And this was a way to help people individually and actually get their hugs when they felt better. So it's a perfect business for me, and I love it, and I love sharing it, and love also the amazing people that are attracted to Nikken. They're excited about health, they're excited about helping people, and they're interested in personal growth, expanding their humans being more. So Nikken is an extraordinary opportunity, one of a kind. And as a corporate lawyer, I know how one of a kind it is. Multinational corporations don't always get a good rep, but Nikken is highly respected throughout the world as a business corporation. So I'll just mention that in passing. So I'd love to have, let's see, other people on board. Betty or Dee, would you like to share your vision of Nikken? Dee,
I'll unmute.
yourself.
So yeah, sure. So I was introduced to Nikken about 9 years ago by a friend because she said I was always tired, and I was working a lot of hours a week, and I wasn't sleeping well for many years, and I had daily issues with my back from an old car accident with discomfort and spasms and numbness down to my knee. And so I really felt urgent to feel better. And I was interested in the concept that these were natural products that were safe and effective and economical for prevention and to promote well-being and vitality, which I really wanted. And I wanted that for a long time, so that I could, keep living life and doing all the things that life has to offer with kids and grandchildren and everything else that enters into our livelihood. So, and I didn't really want to continue those 60-hour work weeks forever either. So when I heard there was a tax benefit to doing this as a business, that's not what triggered into me initially. It was feeling better and sleeping better. But as I had that experience of good sleep and more energy, it just made sense to share it with other people as well, and to be financially rewarded besides all the other rewards of satisfaction of being able to help people in such a wonderful way. So I'm more excited than ever. I feel terrific. I'm so grateful every day that this was introduced to me, and I have the opportunity of sharing it with other people so that they can experience just a better life, a better way, in such an easy way to incorporate into their lives. So it's really all the things you've all said, and just wonderful. So I love it. I just love it. And I will do this forever while I can walk and talk and think and communicate with people.
Yes, exactly, Dee. It's so true. It's probably the best gift we can give somebody is hope for a life of balance and better health, and being youthful as long as you possibly can, and be with a group of positive people. All 5 pillars are affected. It's truly an amazing opportunity we can share with others. Let's see, we have maybe 2 more minutes. Is anybody else? Betty, do you want to share? See your face. I have to unmute you. Let's see. I'll unmute you.
There we go.
Yes.
Well, needless to say, I was not interested in getting into a business. I didn't have any, I was working full time. I didn't want to add any more to it. But when we started using the products, I found within about a couple of weeks, I was more alert and ready to get up and go to work. And shortly after that, I was redoing an apartment, a twin home that that I was getting ready to sell, and I was doing all the papering and painting myself. And at night, I would just be exhausted, and I'd find out the next day the regeneration. It was great. I was ready to get up and go again. So that's one of the things I've remembered in all these 20 years, that really, sleeping on these products really did that. And then
that's cool. So now you're sharing more, right?
Now I'm sharing more. Life gets in the way sometimes and you get off track, but now I'm getting back on track.
Very cool. Well, thanks for sharing. And we have the millennial generation and everybody in between are really interested in not getting swept up in the drugs and surgery and tiredness and foggy mind and all that. And we're not meant to be like that. We're meant to be healthy our whole lives. And when it's time to go, we don't have to be in pain for 5 years. And so this gives us the ability to take care of ourselves, become active. I just read a book about how being passive about your health care doesn't get you anywhere. Even if you run off to a lot of different doctors, if every different doctor gives you a drug, then you are the one who has to deal with all the side effects and the impact. And you're not getting to the root cause. And that's what I love about Nikken. It's about the root cause of chronic illness. I really believe we can wipe out chronic illness if we talk to enough people about diet and sleep and water and really getting back in that natural energy field. So thank you, Betty and Dee and Hattiejane, for sharing your stories. And I'm going to just share a couple of closing slides here, if I may. So let's begin your new success story towards a life of balance and active wellness and success in 5 pillars of health. Become a customer. We have amazing packs that can really get you started on improved sleep, or improved water, or just energy during the day. Truly amazing packs that are easy to get hold of, amazingly affordingly priced, and become a part-time entrepreneur. When you see what these products can do, you're going to share them with cousins or colleagues, family, and so on. And if you want to join us as partners and really build a gig next to what your income is, or even become a full-time entrepreneur as you watch Nikken sending your checks. So we really encourage you to pursue your discovery of Nikken and join all the webinars during the week and come to our next event in Toronto in October. It's the easy way to absorb the richness and vision of Nikken. So thank you all for being here today, and